She was the most famous exotic dancer of her time, a woman who seduced powerful men, whispered secrets in the shadows, and met her end in front of a firing squad. Was she truly a spy, or just a scapegoat? This is the true story of Mata Hari. Born Margaretha Geertruida Zelle in the Netherlands in 1876, Mata Hari's early life was far from glamorous. After her father's bankruptcy and her mother's death, she sought escape in an ill-fated marriage. At just 19, she married a much older Dutch officer and moved to the Dutch East Indies. But the marriage was abusive, and tragedy struck when their young son died. Seeking freedom, she left her husband and returned to Europe, reinventing herself when she moved to Paris and created the persona as Mata Hari, meaning Eye of the Day in Malay. With exotic dances inspired by the East, she mesmerized audiences, claiming to be a Javanese princess trained in sacred rituals. By the early 1900s, she was the toast of Paris, performing sensual dances that captivated audiences and powerful men alike. Mata Hari's fame as a dancer took her to other European countries, including Germany, Britain, and Russia, where she performed at high-profile venues and mingled with influential people. She traveled extensively for her dancing career. In 1914, World War I erupted. Europe was torn between the Allied powers, France, Britain, and Russia, against the Central Powers led by Germany. Mata Hari, who had affairs with military officers and high-ranking officials across Europe, became entangled in international espionage. She traveled freely across borders, making her a person of interest to intelligence agencies. So, why did she spy? Or did she even spy at all? Some say Mata Hari was desperate for money. As her fame faded, she struggled financially, and spying may have seemed like an easy way to fund her lavish lifestyle. In 1916, German intelligence reportedly paid her 20,000 francs. Whether this was for actual espionage or simply to keep her close is unknown. The Germans later claimed she was their agent, codenamed H21, but it's not clear if they viewed her as just an informant, someone they could use to gather basic or low-level information rather than as a highly effective spy. However, others believe she was playing a double game, possibly working for the French as well. She claimed she was only gathering intelligence for France, not against it. But was she telling the truth? Mata Hari was romantically linked to men at the highest levels of European politics and military. One of her alleged lovers was Crown Prince Wilhelm, the son of the German Kaiser. Though no proof exists that she gained military secrets from him, rumors alone were enough to fuel suspicions. Another key figure was Georges Ladoux, head of French counterintelligence. Some say he recruited her to spy for France, before later betraying her. By 1917, France was losing hope. The war had dragged on for years, and morale was low after disastrous battles. The government needed someone to blame. French intelligence accused Mata Hari of passing secrets to Germany. Despite little concrete evidence, she was arrested, imprisoned, and put on trial. But her trial wasn't just about espionage. It became a moral judgment on her character. The prosecution painted her as a prostitute, a deceitful woman who seduced powerful men to betray France. The words spy and whore were used almost interchangeably, as if one implied the other. Her defenders argued, was she guilty of spying or just guilty of being an independent woman who lived off wealthy men? In early 20th century Europe, a woman's sexuality was often seen as dangerous, even criminal. Her trial was a spectacle. The prosecution painted her as a deceitful femme fatale, using her lovers to betray France. The judges, desperate for a victory, sentenced her to death. The trial only lasted 2 days. On the 15th of October, 1917, Mata Hari was executed by firing squad at the age of 41. Witnesses say she faced death with dignity, refusing a blindfold, staring down her executioners, and it's believed she even blew a kiss to her executioners. But was she truly a spy, or just a convenient scapegoat? To this day, historians debate whether she ever passed valuable information to Germany, or if she was merely a victim of war, politics, and her own legend. What we do know is that Mata Hari remains a symbol of mystery, seduction, and the deadly dance of espionage. What do you think? Was Mata Hari truly a spy, or just an innocent woman caught in the crossfire?